Happy Friday on the Daily Fam. Welcome back to the show. It's launch day, and you know that I love a launch day. So, what is launching? I have a new signature program out. It's called, ready? That was my terrible example of a drum roll. My new program launching today officially is called From Zero to Launch. We have a branding video out. We got new collateral out. We got some new content out. We have a new payment link out. Everything is uploaded. Everything is ready to go. You can literally go to my Instagram and see our brand video, which I'm so proud of, by the way. I make my own branding videos. Someday I won't, but right for now they're fun. And I make them all with the app InShot. I don't have an affiliate link for InShot, although I should. InShot, hit me up. Anyway, we shot the content literally in our house. We turned our whole house into a tax write-off, which was great, and shot a whole bunch of content, made a branding video. It's out, it's up, and I'm just so excited to tell you about this program. So let me give you some context into this program because I think there is some hidden gems in here. So the context for this program, the why launch a program called From Zero to Launch, Danielle? Well, there is a reason, and it is I've launched a few businesses at this point, and I've scaled a few businesses at this point, and I continue to scale businesses. And there are so many things that I did or didn't do in the beginning of the journey that I look back on and go, ooh, that was a really great choice. Or, ooh, I actually should have done that because I did it this time and it worked. And I don't know why I didn't do it I didn't know why I didn't do it in the first place. And some of those things are when I got a website, when I decided to have landing pages, how soon I made my podcast a coaching funnel, what apps I use to create content on, right? All of these things are things that I learned along the way, or, when to hire a good accountant or a good tax person, or really like who I had to become in order to launch and scale these businesses. And so what From Zero to Launch it's a 90-day blueprint. So if you are launching a business, which I know so many of you are probably listening to this going, ooh, I've wanted to launch a business forever. And I get it. I wanted to launch a business forever before I actually launched one. I always knew I didn't want to work for someone else. I always knew that I didn't want to have to request paid time off in order to go on vacation. I am a Sagittarius and travel is my love language. And so having to ask permission to travel was never going to work for me. However, I waited a very long time to actually start a business because in my mind, it's going to be so hard. I'm going to run out of money. I don't have the skills. I decided to switch out of being a business major. I was a business major for one semester of college, and then I marched my sweet ass right into the counselor's office and said, hi there, I don't want to do this. I'd like to switch to theater. And I became a theater and dance major. I have an MFA in acting. I'm not a business person. I can't just start a business. Are any of these thoughts ringing true in your brain? Are you feeling any of these things? Because if so, I feel you. I've been there. We've all been there. And honestly, we live in a world that conditions us to be there, right? We are conditioned to get a job, stay in that job, work for the pension, work for the retirement, and then retire at 65, which is now like 75, and then maybe enjoy your life for a few years. And that's what we're taught. And so a lot of people do it. And so if you've been doing that, you're doing what you're expected to be doing. So there's really nothing wrong with it. And I can promise you that once you learn what entrepreneurship is actually about, from the choices that you get to make, the flexibility in your taxes, what you can write off, how much time you get with your family, like all of these things, once you actually get a taste of it, you can't go back. And, there are so many like taboos when it comes to starting a business of, oh, it's going to cost you a lot. Oh, it's going to be really expensive. And yes, I have invested hundreds of thousands of dollars into my businesses, 100%. And I've made 10x that at this point. I've made so much more money than I've invested, which is the point, right? We invest so we get high ROI or return on investment. And so I have come to understand that there is no substitute for working for yourself. And the reason we are not taught to do that is because imagine if all of us were just out here making our own decisions, doing the things that we want to do, not giving a flying fuck about other people's opinions of it, and, writing everything off, not paying a lot of money in taxes because you have a lot of business expenses, right? Like, what if you could just take your kid out of school and homeschool them if you wanted to because you don't agree with the school system? What if you could actually just pick up and fly to wherever you want or go work in Paris for a week because that's what you felt like doing? What if you could sleep in until your body decided to wake up, right? These are the things that being an entrepreneur teaches you. And this is why I'm creating this program. So what it is I am going to give you it's a 90-day business blueprint. Okay. So everything you are going to need to know to launch a business from conception to launch day and beyond. Honestly, what I've done is I've broken it into 3 phases. There's 1 phase per month. There's 4 modules 4 or 5 modules per phase. So the phases are ready, launch, set. So not ready, set, launch, ready, launch, set. And this is everything from the work you got to do in your own mind before you launch the business. This is your human design. This is understanding your life context so that when you launch a business, it fits the life that you want to have. It is what website you should use and when you should get a website. It's how you should do email marketing and the best way to do email marketing, who you should use, what platform you should use for it, what platform you should use to sell your products or services. This is how to network. This is how to strategically call in the clients that you want. This is funnels. This is automation. This is search engine optimization. This is when to invest. How much do you invest into your business, whether that be in the marketing, in your coaching, right? It's literally everything, even how to actually sell the offer and then what to do beyond that. So how to scale the offer, how to take one offer and make it so that it keeps earning money for you, or how to expand on the client journey so that more money can be made later on. Literally everything you're going to need to know to launch a business. All of those things that you've been like, ooh, there's just a lot of tech involved and I don't really, that scares me. And because I'm not good at tech, so I'm just not going to do it. Or, the times that you've been like, I just know that I need to get out of my own way and I just really can't do that. This program is going to give you that. This program is going to give you all of it. It's literally like everything I've learned about starting a business, I've wrapped it into a 90-day package and I've given it to you, and it's all less than $1,000. It will never go over $1,000. In fact, it's going to end at $777. It's going to be module based. So you're going to have self-led modules that you can watch and rewatch as many times as you need to, as well as live trainings and live Q&As. Like you're going to get some personalized support through live Q&As, and you're going to be able to have also some self-led stuff that you can take at your own pace and take on your own time. This is why I created this program, right? I don't ever want to say no to something because I don't have the money. I don't ever want to have to make decisions based on what the government wants for me. I don't ever want to have to say, to make decisions based on what other people are doing, or I don't ever want to ask for time off. And if there's anything I can tell you, it's start the business. And if it's support you've been waiting for, this program is going to give you the support that you're waiting for. And the amount of money you can make as an entrepreneur is insanity. It's absolutely insanity. And I get it. I get why the patriarchy, as it's called, doesn't want people to know that they could literally start their own businesses. Because if everybody knew that, the government would have no leverage. The system would have no leverage, right? I say this all the time, but we always say like, fuck the patriarchy, you want to fuck the patriarchy, you got to get rich. You got to start your own business. You got to start being smart. You got to get out of middle class mentality and actually start building wealth for yourself through the assets that you build, whether that be a business, a real estate portfolio, whatever, you name it. that's how you actually fuck the patriarchy, is by playing their game, but playing it better. And so now's the time. Now's the time. It's time you launch this beautiful business that you've been wanting to launch. And what I'm giving you in From Zero to Launch is literally the blueprint of how to do that. Step by step, easy, concise, detailed, wrapped in a freaking bow. And I really, 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 really can't wait. And I've been wanting to launch a program like this for so long. And I think the reason I didn't, because was in my mind, launching businesses was always second nature to me. It's always felt very common sense. And so my brain said, my ego said, well, then nobody's going to buy a program about that, because if it's common sense, then nobody needs to learn. What I've realized is the things that we think are common sense. So you have things that you think are common sense. And those are the things you should be teaching on, because not everybody feels that they're common sense. And if you can teach it, it's going to be successful every time. And without a doubt, 90% of the people who come to me wanting to launch businesses, because this is something that I'm really good at. And I really, really, really love it. I love when people launch their businesses. I have a few clients that literally launched programs and brands this week, and my soul is on frickin' fire. And if I can do the same thing for you in this beautiful package that is From Zero to Launch, then my day is made. And so if you want the early bird on this, you can click the link in our show notes. You can also visit my website, daniellemccleary.com/courses, and you can find it in there, or you can slide into my DMs on Instagram at Danielle_on-the-daily. And you can get the info there. But From Zero to Launch, I only have 3 signature programs now, and this is one of them. So if you took Selling Fiercely back in the day, this program is the one for you for sure, because it's like everything we did in Selling Fiercely, but times 100. It's so much more detailed and so much more palpable and expansive. And I just know that you're going to love it. So if you're launching or scaling this year, this is the program for you, and you can get it for early bird pricing right now. But that's not going to last, and there's only a limited amount of quantity for that price. And then the price will go up, and it'll land at $777, and that's what it'll stay. That's where it will stay. So happy Friday, or whenever you're hearing this, and I hope you have the best day ever. Love ya.